And we going to Paperboy News, giving us a daily report. Let's jump into this content. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's go.
Paperboy News, here to deliver y'all that daily report. Now, Spider Loc and Young Ant were cool homies in the beginning, but then all of a sudden, Spider Loc got sick of Young Ant because he from A-Trade Gangsta, and most of his content that he dropped on the internet was on neighborhoods and East Coast cribs. And according to Spider Loc, 99.9% of the content that Young Ant drops on the neighborhood cribs are all false. Now, the main reason Spider Loc had his fallout with Young Ant is because Young Ant dropped a video about how he caught Fade in LA County Jail with Spider Loc's homie from East Coast Crip who already rested in peace. And Spider Loc said, since you want to lie on my homie and speak on my homies, let me tell you a story about your G homie Monster Cody. Now King Pill dropped a wild and crazy story, claiming that the reason we ain't seen Young Ant Hefe anymore on the internet is because the neighborhood Crips paid him a visit to his cell. And according to King Pill, they shanked him up. But Young Ant already posted on Instagram that that's all cat. Now Spider Loc said,
oh, I didn't hear anything about him getting poked up. That's a new one. I didn't hear anything about that. But, obviously that's not a true statement, but, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely a flu flammer's one, though. For sure, a flu flammer's one. Definitely a flu flammer.
as far as what King Pill said, it's hard for him to believe that because even though he had his fallout with Young Ant's a ninja from his community. So if that were true, it would have been viral on the internet and King Pill wouldn't be the only person to hear about it.
I know it ain't enough people talking about this, so it has a ring.
Yeah, I would imagine that if this happened, that more than King Pill would have heard about it. I imagine that by now, for sure, I would have, had my little situation. It would have been told to me for sure. I would have definitely known something about it by now. My hotline would have definitely been blinking. You feel me?
Where it calls you to question how true it is, right? And if it was anybody, and I mean absolutely anybody else other than Auntie F.A., I would not involve myself in speaking on this, reacting to this.
Now, Spider Loc told Young Ant, I don't care if this story is true or not, because you were the first person to run to the internet without any proof or facts and say that my homies got violated with vegetables in LA County Jail. Then he had the audacity to say that 4-Leaf got shanked. And then he said when everybody was pushing that narrative that J-Hood was 50-0 against the ECs, Young Ant was pushing that narrative on the internet like it was true.
He was very involved when it was none of his business in trying to push this narrative of 50-0 against my homies.
Spider Loc never let that 50-0 go. He said that he ain't fucking with it. You feel me? Why Young Ant Hefe is not feeling, this whole situation. I can understand why he's not, wanting his name or his people or anything around that to be violated or be disrespected or whatever, X, Y, and Z. But that has led to him having this crazy situation with Young Ant Hefe, and it's definitely led to them, being at odds and not fucking with each other and not being cool with each other, and it's a whole lot that goes on to that. So I can't really, fault either party. Spider Loc feels how he feels, Young Ant Hefe feels how he feels. I mean, hey, man, it is what it is in this content space, man. It is what it is in this content space. But as far as this little situation with Young Ant Hefe in jail, it doesn't seem like anyone has any type of proof that this man has been accosted.
Now, Spider Loc said King Pill dropped some content on Young Ant, and to be quite honest with you, I don't give a F if it's true or not, because Young Ant done did over 1,000 videos on members from East Coast Crip or Neighborhood Crip, and none of those videos have yet to be verified. And he said the ones that were verified, like the one where he said 4-Leaf got attacked, that was false, along with a bunch of other videos that he said about 4 Extra.
Conflicts with some homies. It's been different stories said, and King Pill got an update. I don't give a if it's true or not. I believe it's possibly true. And that's good enough when it comes to Auntie F.A.
So Spider Loc said that he don't care if it's true or false. He's pushing the narrative. Okay, got it. Myself personally, I don't think that that's the right thing to do. But hey, Spider Loc gonna do what he got to do, man. I can't tell him how to run his channel.
I don't give a fuck.
Now, Spider Spider Loc said even though King Pill's story's not verified, the videos that Young Ant be dropping on the internet, constantly dissing members from other hoods, he could definitely see that happening to Young Ant in LA County Jail. And Spider Loc said the worst thing that could have ever happened to Young Ant in LA County Jail was having his little brother NBA 2 in there with him, because he turns up on any op, and Young Ant knew that being his little brother, he was gonna have to catch fades.
The videos he was making online, disrespecting and woo wop wop, there is no surprise. I know Auntie Fefe, when his little brother came in there, I know he was like, this nigga, God damn it. Because he was in there nice as a motherfucker. Oh, my.
Yeah, I'm sure Young and Hefe's not going to have anything positive to say to Spider Loc. I just can't imagine that this situation is going to go anything outside of all the way left. All the way left, for sure.
Now, Spider Loc said he knows that Young Ant has a big mouth, and he loves running to the internet talking about anybody and everybody. So the fact that he ain't been on the internet for a while or dropped a video lately, King Pill could be telling the truth. Now, Spider Loc said he don't believe this story's true because it would have been bigger and blew up on the internet. But he said then again, everybody ain't like Young Ant Hefe, and whatever happens in LA County Jail, they keep it in there, and not everybody runs their mouth. Now, Spider Loc told Young Ant, let this be a learning lesson to you if this really did happen to you. Because the way you've been carrying yourself on the internet and talking...
I mean, but I don't think it's a learning lesson, because I don't think anything actually happened to him. I doubt that, anything is really going on with Spider Loc and Young and Hefe outside of this back and forth.
About anybody and everybody had finally caught up to you. Now, Spider Loc said he don't get no phenuck if this story is true or not, because he said Young Ant be lying on my homies all the time. And he said, to be quite honest with you, I hope this story is true, because Young Ant need to learn a lesson.
Well, everybody ain't like cuz. Everybody ain't running their mouth and trying to tell every single thing that happened. But if it is true, that's what it do. I wouldn't be surprised just to see how things have been developing, the way he been carrying himself, the way he be popping it. If anything of this nature has taken place and it extended from his brother coming in, turning up, it all seems like events that would naturally take place, just thinking about everybody involved. But I still want to put it out there again. This could be untrue. It could be partially true. It could be totally untrue. But because of Auntie Hefe's...
That nigga Spider Loc said, I don't give a damn if it's true or if it's false. I'm going to push this narrative. Now, here's the thing that you have to wonder when you're walking around in YouTube land, as we're continuously walking around in YouTube land. Do you guys want to see Spider Loc, give a more accurate description of what's going on? Do you guys not care about what's going on? He is acknowledging the fact that he doesn't think that actually happened, but he's also acknowledging the fact that even though he doesn't think it happened, he's not ruling out that it did happen. So when it's all said and done, it just kind of makes you wonder, what exactly is going on. Now, myself personally, considering that I am of the free world, I am of the not locked up persuasion, I would just imagine that it's just typical LA County Jail things. I imagine that it's dudes, just kind of going about doing whatever they got to do as they got to do it. Fights in jail are always going to be fights in jail. Issues in jail are always going to be issues in jail. I don't personally think that those of us in the free world should really consume or, worry too much about what's going on behind bars, considering the fact that we, in fact, do have liberation. So with that all being said, you just kind of got to kind of watch and wonder what's going on and wonder, will this eventually turn into water under the bridge between Spider Loc and Young and Hefe, or is this situation something that's going to continue to grow and continue to foster? Because what we do know is Young and Hefe is going to, have these situations come across his plate as far as, being in jail is concerned. And, Spider Loc is going to have his prejudices and his feelings towards Young and Hefe. So with that all being said, we about to jump up out of here to the next one. Red dots to the left, you know the rest. Say a prayer and be blessed. We go.